class, we'll continue with our lecture. So we had priorly completed the last topic, that is for file system layout. Now we'll be moving on to the next topic, that is implementing files. Now when we say implementation of files, there are a lot of file methods. First is contiguous allocation, linked list allocation using table in a memory, indexed allocation, and inode. So these are the 5 methods under which your different operating systems load their files or link their files. The first one is contiguous allocation. So as you can say, contiguous means a block is very thoroughly filled so that not one of the block is empty. So in contiguous allocation, each file takes up a set of contiguous blocks on the disk. So contiguous means passing the blocks, that is if I use only 3 blocks, if 2 blocks are pending for the first file, it will send it or forward it to other file for the allocation. That is, disk address define a linear ordering on the disk. So order will be like this in an ascending format only, but if there are free blocks, that will be contiguous to some another file for their dependency to complete. If each block of size disk is 2 KB, and then 30 KB file will be allocated to 15 consecutive blocks. So each will be divided into same blocks so that the division of the work becomes easy. Contiguous allocation of file is defined by the disk address of first block and the length of total blocks occupied. So first disk block address will be identified, and according to that the length of the blocks will be decided. If the file is m blocks long and starts at location I, then it takes I plus 1, I plus 2 till n minus 1. That is, it will take the allocation file as the name I, and it will have the blocks which start from the numbering 1. So it will be I plus 1, then I plus 2, I plus 3. Likewise, it will increment your state of files. Then each block will start from block 0, 1, 2, block 3 and so on. File B starts at block 6. So it will have all the file allocation numbers from 6 onwards, and then block 5 will go along, like next block will follow the numbering which is there. Now what are the advantages of contiguous layout is, it is simple to implement because only information needed to track a file's block is starting block and length. That is, if it starts at block 5, that will be the first one, length of the file is 30 KB. So what it will do, it will divide 30 by 5, and then it will divide according the size according to the blocks. That is just enough and very simple and easy for contiguous allocation. For sequential access, the file system memorizes the disk address of last block reference. For system analyzing, that is for sequence access, it will access the last block of that file. Means suppose the last block of file A is 10, it will keep that in the memory so that the next file which will come will be allocated block 11. For sequence arrangement, then to access the block K of a file directly which starts at a block I, we can immediately access block I plus K. Means what? As I gave you the example, that if for sequential arrangement of your files in the contiguous allocation, they remember the last block of the file of the previous file, and then they add K into it, that is the new file arrangement, so that if it is 10, it will add K, that is one more value, and then 11 it will start with the new file. Performance is high as whole file is read from the disk in a single operation. So the performance level, the output level which is given because of contiguous allocation is very high, because it's a single disk operation, none other disk is allocated into it. To reach to first block, only one seek is needed. So every time to reach the first block, only -1 seek is needed to search. What are the disadvantages of file? When allocated file is deleted, continuously allocated blocks to file become free. So yes, as I said, if for arranging the sequence, they directly go to the last block. But what if my file A is deleted? So that first 5 blocks will be empty and which will not be used further because sequence is incrementing and arranging the files after it. For new file to allocate, these blocks might not be sufficient also. So the second criteria is, if I free that 5 blocks of file A, my next file coming is not is of 35 kb and which will not fit into 5 blocks. It will require 7 blocks because if I divide by 35 by 5, I require 7 blocks to divide those data, and that is not sufficient enough. So a new file size is small than the previously allocated size. Some holes remain which are not enough to allocate any file, so those blocks will remain empty. So this is one disadvantage. Second type of allocation is implementing files with linked list allocation. So linking is comparing or connecting the list. Then linked list allocation overcomes the limitations of contiguous allocation. So whatever drawbacks or disadvantages were there in contiguous allocation is been overcome by linked list. In link allocation, each file is linked list of a disk block. So separate blocks are being created for each and every file in the list. The scattered disk on the disk can be allocated to the file. The directory contains a pointer to the first and last block and of the file. In order to create a new file, it is simply needed to create a new entry in the directory, and every directory entry has a pointer to the first block of the file. So what they have is, they have a pointer which will arrange the data, and every directory will have a physical blocks of data in which they can arrange the file, as well as we just have to make an entry in the directory and that linked list allocation is created. For reading a file, simply reading blocks by following the pointers from block to block is needed. For just simply relate the pointers so that you can read the block, that is the block data inside the file, which is possible. Then in linking the list, advantages. What are the advantages? In linked list, every disk block can be used, which is not possible in contiguous allocation. So if I free, what was the drawback of contiguous allocation? That if I delete a file and if it is not sufficient enough for another file, it will be not used, that data, that blocks will be free. But in linked list, what you can do is, one advantage is you can, disk block can be used for any of the, because there are separate blocks, every block can be used for storage. Fragmentation of last block is also, that is division of last block is also possible. Reading file sequentially is simple, as there are pointers, reading the sequence is possible. It is not necessary to compact the disk, that is compression is not necessary for linked list allocation. What are the disadvantage? It is inefficient to support a random access capability. Randomly generation file access, that is whichever blocks are free, please arrange, is somewhere a difficulty. To retrieve to block I, the operating system has to start at the beginning and read the block I-1. So every time it has to initialize not the last block but the first block of each file onto the disk space. If pointer is lost or damaged, file would become inaccessible. If that pointer, which is denoting the file for sequential access, is lost or deleted, that time the file becomes inaccessible. You cannot trace the file. A bug in an operating system software or in disk hardware failure might result in picking up the wrong pointer. Sometimes if there is an error, then they show you a wrong pointer as well, which can be a problem. Then this error could result in linking into free space list or another file. This pointer can give you a wrong opening of file or can give you a free space for deleting the data. That is, misconceptions can go around for linked list format. The next is implementing files linked list in table in a memory. So if you arrange those data into a tabulated format, what can be done? That is, arrangement of file with their starting blocks and ending blocks can be done, so that arrangement of file becomes easy, as they have said. See, file A starts here, file B starts here. Unused blocks, that is, unused blocks are kept separately, used blocks are separated. So with this, the entire block is available for data. So you do not have to create separate block. This whole block of data can be used for the arrangement of values. Random access is much easier. Here randomly access is easier because there is no denotion of files. The chain is needed to be followed to give an offset in the file. You need to follow the chain for physical block allocation. Directory only stores the starting address. It only stores the starting address, not the ending address of the file. Disadvantage of this file is whole table must be in a memory all the time to make it work. It should be in only single memory. It should not access different memories for allocation. This is one disadvantage. Next is implementing inodes. So implementing files in inodes is, inode is a data structure. So it's a data structure algorithm. It's a proper structure format which records the attributes. It saves the file attributes and disk addresses of the file blocks. So what does inode save? Inode saves the attributes as well as disk addresses of each and every file. Then inode is associated with each file and it keeps track of block belongs to which file. So which file belongs to which block is being identified by the inode. Then if a particular file is open, only its inode needs to be in the memory. Its inode should be in the memory for the file to be open. This is more beneficial with compared to linked list allocation, which requires entire file allocation table in a memory. So for it is somewhere same like an linked list, because in linked list also file needs to be in the main memory for allocation. The size of file allocation table is proportional to the number of blocks that disk contains. So we divide that blocks with the file allocation values. So likewise, if disk K blocks file allocation table is K entries, in contrast, the inode scheme requires an array in memory. So if that attributes are divided by your actual allocation file, inode is not concerned with any of these things. Inode only needs the attribute entry in the form of array of list, that is the values, proportional to the maximum number of files created open at once. So if at particular time I open 5 files, all those attribute entries should be there in the inode, which is only concerned, which is the only thing the inode is concerned with. Then the last disk is reserved for the data block containing disk block addresses. All the disk block addresses pointers will be there in the last block. The reason is each inode has space of fixed number of block address. If file grows beyond this limit, this last disk address has to point the disk block containing additional disk address. So it's not compulsory, it has some limitation for entering the data into the inode. If it is exceeding, it will tell the last block, that is disk block containing, for extra space into that arrangement. Then next is implementing directories. How do you implement those components onto the directories is the next topic. So we'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you.